456 players, 456 billion reasons to enter the Squid Games, but who has the best one? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment here for our Squid Game theory, and we thought we'd put it to you. Season 2, the 34th edition of the Squid Games. Lots of different people participating in these games for lots of different reasons, but who has got the best reason? Who's got the most legitimate reason for being there? Some people are there just because they're selfish, some people are there just because they want money, some people are there for greed, some people are there because they feel like they need to be there to pay off their debts in order to go on living their lives, and then you've got other people that are there for maybe personal reasons, family reasons, non-selfish reasons, and we're going to look at them today. Now, before we get into the poll, there was a few comments, and we will get into the comments as well, but some people are saying, why is Ji-Yeon not in the poll? Why is Ji-Yeon not in the poll? Because, like, he's the main character, and I just feel like if I included his reason there, then he would probably win the poll by default, and it's like, his reason's the main story for season 2, so I just felt like it would be a bit unfair to put him up here when he would undoubtedly win.
Yeah, it'd be unfair against the rest.
And he's got an ulterior motive that the rest don't really have.
Yeah.
And I get it, you could argue that, well, that would make this poll better, but I just thought, look, the story revolves around him.
He also knew what he was getting into. These people didn't really.
Yeah, so we'll give these other people, the supporting characters, we'll decide between them. It was basically a poll to see which supporting character has the best reason for being in there. I agree, Ji-Yeon has got a good reason to go. He's got as good as any reason to go, but we didn't put him in the poll for that reason. So there you go. That's his reason. That's our reason. Let's get into their reasons. So, who has the best reason? We're going to start with... we'll start with go from top to bottom or bottom
that makes
to top.
it. I think top to bottom.
Alright, let's go with it then. 61%, unanimous. More than half of the votes, 56 votes in total. 61% are going with Kyung-suk, and he's obviously in there to get money to pay for an operation for his sick kid who has some form of blood cancer, and obviously operations cost a lot of money, and yeah, he needs money to pay for those operations, doesn't want his kid to die, and therefore he entered the games to try and make enough money for that operation, and that's the honourable thing to do. As a father, you can definitely see why he's done that, and I mean, I have no complaints. 61% believe he has got the most legit reason to be in these games, and I agree.
No, I totally agree as well. I mean, it's definitely the least selfish reason that you could probably get. He's literally backed against the wall, doing it for his kid, and you know what? It's a shame how he went out. I feel like the character got done dirty. I really expected something more from him. Well, no, maybe not from him, but just in terms of the actual character and the writing. But here, there's always going to be a tragic reason. There's always going to have the reason that pulls at the heartstrings the most. And I think everyone can relate to this, especially if you're like a parent, for example.
Yeah, or you mean you could jump to conclusions and assume he's dead, but I have a different theory, so I'm not.
Oh, you've got a different. I like theories.
Aye, well, I'm not gonna disclose that right here, right now. But is Kyung-suk dead? I personally wouldn't bet money on it.
Well, I guess number 11 was number 11 that pulled the trigger. I believe it was. Maybe they're keeping him alive. Who knows? But we'll see. I wish he's alive. I think that would be a nice twist because I think it was a bit of an underwhelming way to go out. But more about that in the episode 7 review. Alright,
more about that in episode 7. Anyway, moving on to second place here, we've got Yoon-hee. And she's obviously in there to support her unborn child. It looks like she's going to be a single mother. Broke up with her ex-YouTube number 333 boyfriend. And, I mean, it costs a lot of money to support a kid, especially when you don't have a job, when you don't have a family. I mean, obviously, if you have a child, you can't go out and work. You need to be with that child. So, therefore, the money is going to be non-existent. And, you know, not every country is like the UK, the country where we live in, where you can just basically open your legs, pop out a kid, and you'll be, rewarded financially for that. Some countries don't do that shit. South Korea being one of them. Like, I'm assuming there is, like, some form of, like, basic welfare, but it would be like the bare bones, the bare minimum. It's not like in the UK where you can just get Benefit City.
Yeah, I mean, South Korea, it's an honourable country. Alright, you actually have to work for your dough.
Ah, you know what I mean? You don't just
You're
write.
one.
You don't just write down a few forms and have a kid, and then all of a sudden you get benefits here, benefits there, money here, money there. So she needs money to support her unborn child. Looks like she's not going to have much to do with the father. That relationship's done and doesn't appear to have much family. So yeah, she needs money to raise her child. That's why she's in here. And I mean, look, it's probably because she wants to try and give a child a good life rather than just scrape by. So I don't think it's as necessary as Kyung Suk's reason for being in there, because he kind of needs money or his child will die. But whereas for Junhee, she feels like she needs money or else she's going to have a real poor quality life for her kids. So, I mean, that's honourable. I can accept that. I think that's definitely worthy of second place on the poll.
It is worthy of second place, but at the same time, as you pointed out there, Kunsuk literally has no other option. You feel like he doesn't have the money, and this is the quickest way to get said money. And, I mean, it's almost... He didn't know what he was getting into, and it's easier than, like, for example, trying to plan out, like, a heist, for example. So, I think it makes sense for him to go in, but for her, it's like, you could just run the risk of seeing how his life play out with your child, and see if you get lucky with a job.
Yeah, I mean, if Junhee was in the UK, she would just apply for like child benefits, or she'd open up an OnlyFans or something like that, and there'd be a lot easier way to make money. But you know, South Korea don't really have that.
Yeah, it's
option.
not just the UK. The Western world's fucked.
The Western world's in the toilet. Speaking of the Western world and being fucked, let's move into the joint third option. So you know, we've got Hyunju and Youngbae in tied spot for third place, or we can call it last.
Youngbae reminds me of Roman Bellic. He's like the Korean Roman Bellic. Debts, funny cousin kind of vibe to him.
Aye.
Does he like bowling?
Oh, do you like to go bowling?
Marinko!
So it doesn't really strike me as a guy that was in the Marines.
No.
But, I mean, I'd say Dango.
He was his wee fucking tag team partner.
Well, I'm going to assume that Youngbae was in the Marines, or else Ji-un would probably say, why are you coming up with that bullshit?
True. Also got the tattoos to prove it, like.
Well, Dango had the tattoos, and I don't think he didn't have the ability though when he put a gun in his hand.
PTSD.
Anyway, it's either that or he was never in the Marines. Could be a
Yeah,
fake tattoo, couldn't it? Like at the end of the day.
it could be, but I think the way it went down with Hyunjo, it was kind of like he was suffering from PTSD.
Yeah, but even from the beginning, he didn't seem overly confident, did he?
No, he didn't.
Anyway, so Youngbae 11%, Hyunyu.
But then also again, just to touch on
11%.
him quickly, it's like surely people dying would trigger the PTSD rather than the gun in his hand.
Yeah.
I mean, he played red light, green light, and people were getting fucking sprayed left, right, and centre. But anyway, yeah, back to the 11%.
I don't know, I just thought he put a gun in his hand, he shot it.
Yeah, I know. It was like putting a cat in water.
Yeah, so we'll go. I mean, some cats like water, but it is rare. Let's go to this cat though, Youngbae. So we'll talk about him first. 11%. Now it seems like he got in a bit of debt ever since Jihan disappeared. His family kind of left him. His relationship with his wife kind of went down the toilet. She, I believe, got custody of their kid. Doesn't really see them that much. He himself got into debt that he can't really afford to pay off, and now those debt people are going after his ex-wife, and he doesn't like that, he doesn't want that, so therefore he wants to clear that debt so that his basically his wife and his kid are not getting harassed financially.
Have you got a theory how Youngbae's alive, or is he dead? I think he's well gone.
Yeah, I think Youngbae's dead.
Yeah,
Now,
sadly.
And I don't know if your debt dies me, but here, come on, Jihan can afford to pay off this guy's debt.
I know.
Yo, hold on here. Jian's got all that money. Why the fuck was this guy ever voting to continue the games? Surely Jian would have been like, I'll pay off your debts when we get out.
I know, literally. But then, yeah, how much has he got to pay out to the squad? It's like Breaking Bad where they've got to divide all the numbers with Mike. He's got the squad on the outside, taking all his wine.
Here, do you think Jian's sitting there thinking, I wonder if my wine's still there?
It fucking probably is. The longer these games goes on, he needs to continue them.
The longer the games go on, like, they're making more money in Squid games, but he's losing more money on the outside.
I know.
Like, fuck. Anyway, Youngbae, look, he's got debts. I feel like Youngbae's reason's pretty much like the generic reason on it.
Yeah.
Everyone's in debt, so that's why they're kind of going there.
Also, it's his ex's debt. I mean, I know it's his, but it's like, it's not affecting his ex. It's like, yeah, I let it affect me, but now it's affecting her. If he didn't have a child, I think he wouldn't give a shit.
So it's honourable.
It's honourable, but you know what?
If it was only affecting him, he's like, I don't care.
I can't remember how much he specified. He probably said like 13 billion or something, which is about five or so. But anyway, I mean, it's not the worst reason on this list.
No, it's not the worst reason. So 11% there. A little bit generic into it though. I mean, that's
generic.
What most of the people are in there for, just to pay off their debts. And then we move on to the other person, 11%, third place, Youngju, who's going in there for gender surgery because he doesn't feel like a he feels like a she. So yeah, this kind of surgery is expensive, and again, in South Korea, I don't think you can just go to the doctor and say that I don't feel like a man no more, and they're not going to put you on some hormone tablets and sign you up for a free operation on the NHS through taxpayers' money. It doesn't really work that way.
Yo, let's just take the gender surgery.
Which is fucking mental though, because do you not think as a taxpayer in the UK, the fact that you're paying towards this stuff is
no, it's fucking crazy.
Shite.
But my point is with this, it's not a life-saving surgery. It's like laser eye surgery, for example. It's like it's not a necessity.
Well, these people would claim that in order for them to live their life, they do need it.
But that's just a load of shite. You lived your life up this entire point without it, so why can't you? It's not like you need a kidney. It's not like you need a heart. It's not like you need a lung. It's ridiculous. No, honestly, it is. I'm no fucking.
I think one of the comments said they've been better off paying for counselling rather than a surgery, which we'll get into in a wee minute.
Yo, by all means, if Hyunju right wants to do it, go ahead. Right, honestly, as much as I disagree with it, free world and all that, but to fucking if you're actually at least declare his family debts, right, and support her unborn. For those two, if you voted it above those two, I'm like, alright, you know what? I completely disagree. But if anyone voting for it over someone trying to save their child that will literally die if he does not win, it's just borderline mentally retarded.
Well, when this poll first went up, she was winning.
Yeah, she was.
So I'm kind of glad that she
I went in my burner accounts and changed it, but yeah, I give Hugh Sook the fucking rub. Sadly, he couldn't give his daughter the rub though. She's dead. She'll be long gone unless your theory holds up.
Well, my theory might hold up, but I know this whole thing's getting a lot of. I don't really know, but I've seen that it's controversial in South Korea because they're not for this. They don't want this. The creator of Squid Game came out and says the reason that he implemented this character is because of transphobia in South Korea, and that he's trying to bring attention to it and try to change people's minds, and that's mainly the reason for this character. I'm gonna actually probably disagree with that. Now I can't agree, disagree, confirm nor deny that this is the reason, but because this show was such a big hit and because it is on the platform of Netflix, and we know that Netflix is very, very, very left leaning, I'm going to assume that in fact it is Netflix that have basically implemented this character. I'm not saying they've taken over the writing or they've forced, but I think this would have been advised, or Netflix would have said, look, season 2 we can't wait, but we would like it if you could have this character. And for me, I believe that.
I know, I believe that, but also a problem
because I'm looking at season 1 and I see nothing to suggest this was.
Yeah, but let's just say it is due to that, right? And South Korea's got a transphobic problem, right? South Korea sounds pretty cool.
Well, that's what he said. That's what the creator said.
Let's say that's the case. I don't think this character does anything to win people over. Because to me, this has to be one of the most selfish fucking reasons and brain dead reasons to be going in. Like, honestly, it's like they're like an ex-Korean SEAL. It costs a lot of money. I get that, right? But it's not a necessity. People can comment and say it is. When you fucking break it down in the cold-hearted day, it's not. It's like, see with Ji-hun, yeah, he wanted to go in to clear his... But he was getting his fucking nose, mate. The loan sharks were, like, putting pliers to his nose. He needed the money. This is... You need to...
Because they literally were going to...
Yeah, kill him.
Take his kidneys and sell them and shit.
Yeah, it's like... It's just such a selfish reason, and you can be the most left-leaning person in the fucking world, but anyone with a brain can look at this and be like, you know what? As much as I am pro-LGBT, this isn't a necessity.
You think those people view it that way?
They don't view it that way, but it's like, you've just got to.
Aye. So yeah.
No, but you know what? No, but this would be like, see if Hugh John was a man, he stayed a man, right? And he was in here to fund a trip to America to go to a Trump rally, right? I'd be like, yeah, that's a great fucking reason. But the reality is, it would still be the worst reason on this poll.
Aye.
You know what I mean, though?
Aye, because it's just
ridiculous.
not necessary. Like, you know,
you don't need to do it.
It's a personal, like, selfish kind of motive that you want. So yeah.
I think G Hum would give any of his one up to fund this.
I'd like to fucking hope not.
He's probably fucking praying there's no money left.
So I know this is controversial, so is what it is.
Is it the worst at the 456 reasons? I mean, I'd say it's fucking up there.
It could be, like, I don't know what all 456 reasons are, but I also know that a lot of these Western world websites like Pink News and all that shit, they're very upset that it's a man playing this actor. They're not happy. They want an actual.
Sure, it's a man playing a woman anyway. In reality,
yeah, but they you can't win with these people. They actually want a trans woman in this role.
So they want a man. So they want a man who's actually trying to transfer. So they want it.
They want a guy that already transitioned into a woman.
But sure, it's all make believe anyway.
I'm just telling you what they want.
I'm telling you the fucking truth of the matter.
Anyway, sometimes you don't get what you want in life.
Yeah, and Hyun-Ju is probably not going to get that.
I feel like every
Jung Bae's definitely not going to get it.
I feel every time you say these characters, you pronounce their name differently.
I probably do.
Aye.
Who's he? Kun-suk? I think Kun-suk's easy.
Kong-seo.
Jeon-hee.
Kong-seo. Anyway, let's get into the comments. Let's see what you guys are saying. Burton the Grape says, not Hyung-ju. That's like at the bottom because it's a selfish, while the others is for someone else. You agree?
Yeah.
We heart?
Yo, but that's what it is, though.
Aye, definitely.
I agree with that to a degree, but it's like, if Kun-suk was going in for an operation for himself who was terminally ill, I would still totally back him over it, even though it's just for himself.
He needs it.
He needs it, yeah.
XG3ish says, Hyung-ju. Laugh my ass off.
Yeah. Fog Entertainmentites. They agree with us.
Yeah, man, you buddies agree. Die Hard Redemption. Ah, yes, you're transphobic.
Or it's just a bullshit reason.
I hate this phobic term because that suggests you have a illegitimate fear.
Yeah.
Of something. No one's afraid of this.
Yeah.
See if someone says you're homophobic. I'm not afraid someone is gay.
No.
I'm really not. Like, I'm not sitting at home panicking.
Yeah, I'm not peeking at the blinds, man, in case.
Oh no, there's a gay person
comes up the road trying to slap my arse.
Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, we need to get different terminology. That's so fucking outdated.
No, I know. Like, yeah, I know. It's fucking ridiculous.
O-Link says should have just paid for counselling.
Yep, that works. Would have been a lot cheaper.
Alright, why not? And O-Link also says surely Ji-hun.
As we touched on at the beginning, Ji-hun's is the main reason. But you know what? Him putting an end to the games, you can spin it many ways, because if he puts an end to the games, then the guy who won this poll wouldn't be able to fucking get this.
Yeah, but where do you draw the line? If I put in Ji-hun, then do I have to put in fucking the front man?
Oh, well, that is true. I've only got 4 options here when you put picture
So, do you know what I mean? I thought, like, he's the main character. His reason's the main story. That's the focus of the entire show. So we'll just go with the supporting characters. Anyway, guys.
No, but what's the difference, though, between someone, right, that thinks they've got a big nose, right? And they want to go in for nose altering surgery? There's no fucking difference.
There's no difference. Honestly, man, all that shite should need to be paid for by yourself. I actually think it's fucking disgusting that people can go. I know it's different in other countries, but in the UK, people can just go and claim that something makes them upset and they've got a lack of confidence or whatever, and because of that, they get these operations paid for them.
Yep.
I think that's mental.
Yo, you see people get like height altering surgery. They get like a few inches added below the knee. It's like, what is that fucking? I mean, it's the same shit.
Just accept who you are.
I know. If you don't like it, then fuck off.
Fucking lame. All these people getting all these surgeries, man.
And you know what, though? It's like, see the actual character? I don't actually mind the actual character, but it's like, you see how they've got this trans man, or trans woman, whatever, halfway, 50% loading, and it's like, they're the one that's the ex-Navy SEAL fucking commanding the show, and telling the guy who claimed he was a Marine, who's fucking bricking it away in the dorm room, and they were the one that was going to fight the guards to the end. You see how they're forcing that down your throat? They are, like, I mean, that's just what it is.
Yeah, it's like this person was always going to be a good...
Ain't the nerdy Bitcoin Twitch streamer that wants to become a woman? It's the tough Navy Korean SEAL that wants to become a woman, you know what I mean?
and of course they were going to be a protagonist.
Oh, aye, yeah.
They were never going to be the evil... Oh no, we need to continue playing the games at all costs. Anyway guys, that's it. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, thanks for watching. Till next time, peace.